Alright, so what you'll need to do is, so like, as you're doing this, so that's my camera, so try to stay on camera, okay? So what you'll do is this. So you're going to take one of these, and you're going to get it wet.
This is a relatively short lab, right?
Well, it's short in what you do, it's long in how long it takes. Because you have to put these in water for an hour. So here's your sugar water, here's your prunes, here is your antifreeze, here's your salt. Everything you need is out. Now, these suck, so watch. You're gonna make these baggies, okay? So what you do, just look, you know those little bags, the fruit bags you can't ever get open? That's what this is.
Yeah, we use
this
these
in bio.
AP Bio.
Oh, okay, so you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, these things suck to get
Yeah.
apart.
So I usually just get it wet and run it between my fingers like this. I can usually get it open. Keyword there is usually. Okay, there we go. So what I do is I just put it on my finger like this. And then I normally blow. I don't want to blow on it. Pull that thermometer out. So what I would do is whenever you hold it, whenever you tie the end, right? Flip it, fill it, tie the other end. Here's your stream. All your things are in here, everything you need. Whenever you weigh something, whenever you balance it and things like that, you just got to read it out so they can hear it. Does that make sense?
And so the solutions are already.
Yeah, so here's the sugar solution. It's already ready to rock and roll. You've got distilled water. Everything you need should be right here. Here's your hot plate. And you get the salt. Your salt's right there. Your antifreeze is right there, and the prunes are right there. Okay?
Okay.
So put your finger in there so it doesn't close up on you. And then use your strings, tie it, go to town, okay? Just remember to kind of talk through what you're doing so these guys can hear you. You listening, Evans? Be a rock star, you too. Come on.
All right.
Okay. You ready? Okay. You take
You
your
did.
test as well. And you need to do test questions.
I read the procedure.
All right, Marty, you're a dick, right?
I feel like I'm realizing the procedure. It's like asking these questions on the. I don't even know what it's talking about. So it's one end tied off.
Okay.
Tie one end of each piece tightly closed with a string. So we need two. So grab one more.
You do that on a separate sheet of paper?
Hey guys.
Yeah. Have you done a
Are you
separate
keeping
sheet of
alive?
paper?
Yeah.
Let me just try to grab my stuff.
You want to jump in with that?
Yes.
Okay, now, make sure you guys talk. My camera's set up, I need to record that.
Moisten each paper. Yeah. To open it now.
Alright, so as soon as you guys are ready, let me know and I'll fire it up.
Okay, so how do you want to measure? So it says to put 5 milliliters. Can you not get it open?
It's not working.
Let's see.
Oh, I gave my fingers out again. Let's try this.
Here, do you have a thermometer?
Yeah, but it's like not even like separating at all. Maybe it's the wrong side. There's not a wrong side. It opens both
There's
ways.
not a wrong side. It should open both ways.
We're talking unit 6 test, right?
Yeah. Oh, annoying.
It'll be fine, they said.
Should I just put my book over there? Yeah.
Yeah. that side's not opening. Just get the other side.
Sorry, I had to go to my car and grab.
You gotta move out of the way because we're
Oh.
recording. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sounded so rude.
Like, sorry, gosh.
Wait. Is that not open? No, I want to get over there, but I cannot. Just run.
It'll be fine. It's not like it's live or anything. They're not gonna miss anything. Well, and it's not like they're gonna miss anything because I can't get the end of the tile. It's just too.
Do you need help?
Oh no, it's starting to separate. Wait,
Well,
hold up,
I
hold
feel
up.
like I haven't seen you in forever.
Yeah.
Some of our Sunday school. Not anymore.
I got it.
You made more of yours, hopefully not. Here, I'll put my finger in it. My finger's not gonna go all the way in that.
Okay, where did I put the string?
Where's the thermometer?
It's right there. Don't break it on the. You like slapped it against the bottom of the metal. Nothing happened. We're good. We'll just focus on tying off this end first.
Something have to like get it in there.
Get the thermometer wet then. Look at that. Don't rip it open, please. I do not want to do this again.
Wait, I have to get it wet again.
Yeah, just make sure it doesn't close up on you. That'll be fine. It'll be fine. We just have to tie off the rest.
Yeah.
Okay, stick your finger in there. You gotta get it.
Glad my finger's in it.
I'm really depending on you here. You can't mess up now.
Because we have to record it.
You ready?
Yeah.
I just put my papers over there and walked right in front of it. It's okay.
Valentine's,
You got a fourth person? Let's
Yeah.
get it.
Sometimes we can do it really fast. Yeah, what do you want me to do? What's the next
Okay.
step after
The
we
next
tie
step-
I just don't know what step you're on. We're tying dialysis.
That was step 3. We're on step 4 now.
Tie one end of the piece.
Oh, step 5. My bad.
Put 5 milliliters of the sugar solution prepared in step 1 into the tube, and then tie the tube tightly closed while squeezing most of the air so that it doesn't leak out.
All right. So, how do we measure the 5 milliliters?
Probably.
Wait, how much are those
Or
pipettes?
the thingies.
The
How much are
I
those
don't see
pipette
one.
thingies? Are they 5?
probably good.
Those are 5,
Or you
right?
could just use those. Let's go to 5.
Yeah, that works. Okay.
Here's 5 right here.
That's a 5 milliliter because we have to fill it up all the way, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, we'll just use this.
Do you want me to do some? I just don't want to.
Yeah. Can you fill that up to 5 milliliters, please?
Should I just, will you hand me one of those? I put this. I feel like it's snake.
So. Still got your finger in there? Perfect. Okay, and the other two, we're gonna have 5 milliliters of distilled water. So, if you could fill that up to 5 milliliters with distilled water, that would be amazing.
This one's ready.
Okay, so now, without spilling it everywhere, we're gonna fill this up. Perfect.
Here's 5.
So this one, we just have to,
Wait, do you want to hand me that? Can we fill this one up with this, right?
yeah, so you fill the other distilled, or the other bag with distilled water.
Ralph Arnold, you have a phone call. Ralph Arnold, you have a phone call.
Single malt sugar.
Do you want some help?
Yeah,
This
I
one
mean,
is just.
There we go.
So now we have our first dialysis bag. Now, we just have to remember this one is the sugar water.
Okay.
Rinse rinse both tubes under running water for a short time, then pat them dry carefully with a towel. Do not attempt to completely dry the strings.
Oh, it's super tight.
Okay.
So we should play double knot.
Yes, that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, reload that sucker.
Okay, once you guys are done tying those, we're gonna rinse them underneath the,
I think it's leaking.
just, it'll be fine. We just have to get these.
Oh yeah, it's definitely leaking.
It's not leaking on my side, right?
It's fine, it's not fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself, don't go anywhere.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm just gonna rinse these off. You need to rinse yours off. And then carefully pat them dry.
And then we need to weigh them.
Okay.
I'm gonna come back over here and say. And then we write that down here.
All right. So we're going to turn on our scale. Should be zeroed out, and now we're going to weigh it.
I don't think it was zeroed out.
No, we're good. We're good. Okay.
5
So the first measurement for our dialysis tubing containing water, the mass before soaking, this is the sugar solution, my bad. So dialysis tubing containing sugar solution. The mass before soaking is 5.03 grams. And for our zeroed out, the mass before soaking for dialysis tubing containing water is 4.79 grams. Okay, now,
Put the sugar solution in this.
alright, so we're going to put the sugar solution in one beaker, and then now we're going to fill up another one of these with 250 milliliters of distilled water. So we're going to use this one. It says vitamin D milk, but I'm pretty sure it's distilled water.
Yes, it's still water.
Perfect.
That's actually
Shoot, dang it. Anyways, only 100 milliliters. I'm stupid. It's a good thing that these are. Good enough.
Label the beakers.
Okay, label the beakers so you know which.
I think there should be sugar solution in this, like that. Because it says put the remaining sugar solution from step 1 into the beaker, but we just have the big one.
Into a 200. Oh, so we're not putting the dialysis tube into here.
No.
We're putting the sugar solution into here. God.
I would just do 100 so that they're the same.
Alright, now we have our two beakers. This one's sugar water. This one's distilled water. This is our sugar water to dialysis tube. We're going to set that there.
Do you know which one to switch?
Sugar, distilled. This one has this different tint to it, I can tell. Put the water-filled dialysis tube into the beaker of sugar solution, and the sugar solution filled into the beaker of water.
So this one goes in here.
Yes, just 1 second.
No, that's water. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the distilled water. It goes into the sugar. Oh, yeah, look at
But I
that.
had to do them the same.
All right, so just throw yours in. Okay, now what we're gonna do, obtain 2 dried prunes, rinse them in water, and wipe off the excess water with a towel. What? They're dried prunes, they're not supposed to be candy, because they're dried.
Why were they sticky?
Because they're dried. Okay.
So now we need to weigh them.
Yes, we need to weigh them. Just gonna move these out. Now, anyways, so our scale is zeroed out. The weight of our first prune is 5.70 grams. And record this in table 10.1. Okay, the weight of our second prune, recorded in table 10.2, is 6.72 grams. Now, so we're going to put this one into the beaker containing the sugar solution. No, same beaker. Okay, so this is our sugar solution. And then we're going to put this one into the beaker with the distilled water. Now, those are just going to sit for 1 hour. So at 3:07 we will get back to those. Now, yeah, so we'll just have to wait for that to be done. Now we can move on to part B, which is freezing point depression. Okay, perfect. Freezing point of a solution is lower than the freezing point of pure solvent. The difference is temperature between the pure solvent and solution freezing points is that. In this expression, M is the mole concentration of solution in the solution, solute in the solution, and K is the freezing point, constant of the solvent. Numerical values of K are different for each solvent and must be determined experimentally. For example, it doesn't matter. In this part of this experiment, you will collect data that will enable you to estimate the value of K for water. So, accurately weigh a clean, dry, empty 100 milliliter beaker on a centigram or electronic balance. Record the mass in table 10.4 in the blank corresponding to sodium chloride as the solute. So, that one's cracked. We're not going to use this. Hey, Mr. Denton.
No.
We just found one of your beakers has a large crack in the bottom.
Okay, don't put it on heat.
Is it still good to use for everything else?
Yeah, as long as you don't put it on heat, it'll be alright.
Alright, perfect.
Or there's gravel off another table. There's a million of them over there.
All right. We can use these two if you guys want.
This one was stuck to the corner.
We can use these two.
Okay. What about you?
Ah.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm joking.
We need to drive.
Yes, so we need to weigh this. So, going to table 10.4 for this. Okay, we're going to table 10.4 under the mass of empty beaker for sodium chloride solute, and it is 110.39. Okay, so now we're going to add crushed ice to fill about a half of this beaker.
You should measure
Now, use your graduated cylinder. So we probably need to, you know what, we're just going to do something smart. I'm going to grab too many graduated cylinders. Isn't that smart? Now, would one of you add about 25 milliliters of distilled water to the beaker?
using
So,
this.
yeah, so just measure 25 milliliters and just add it to this beaker, I think.
We have to wait for the second beaker. I was just saying how we have to wait for the second beaker.
Alright, dump that in.
This one?
Did we use the one off the scale?
Yeah, no, that's a different beaker.
Okay, perfect. I was like, wait a sec. Okay, so now just dump it into here. Just gonna move this. Yeah, that'll be good enough. So, in table 10.4, under sodium chloride solute for the mass of beaker plus ice plus water, it is 199.49 grams. So now we get to use our crazy thermometer.
Break it.
I'm not gonna break it.
He always says.
Okay, I'm ready to submit the test.
Mix around for a bit. And we're just gonna record the temperature. So let that sit for a bit.
Should we move it off?
I think it's fine.
Huh?
Got a fan?
I can go grab one real quick.
Hurry.
So we're just gonna let that sit for a second. And then when we record it, we're gonna grab it in the nearest 0.1 degrees Celsius.
Look at the prunes.
What about the prunes?
Nothing.
Okay. Hello. So, now what we need to do is we need to measure about 5 grams of salt on a centigram or electronic balance.
Give me the little dishy thing.
Yeah, which one of you go grab that, please? Gracias. have a spoon?
There was not. I'm just gonna pour it. How much?
4 pinches,
5
5 grams.
5 grams.
So it's
Okay, I
kind
got
of
one.
Okay, so right now, you ready?
Yeah.
You're gonna need 3, 4, 5, and 6.
oh,
It's
that's
too
enough.
much.
It's fine.
9,
It's too much.
11, 9,
That's actually really close.
11, and 12,
Okay.
15, 16, 17, and 18.
Yeah, it needs to be exactly 5 grams. If it's not, you mess
Are
up
you
the
kidding me?
entire thing.
Look at that.
What is it?
Okay.
20, 21, 22, and
How much is it?
23.
I got it.
She got it. 5 grams. That's great.
Nice.
Okay. Use the difference technique and record the empty container mass and the container plus sample mass.
Okay.
You're supposed to wait. You're supposed to
Wait,
grab.
can we dump this into a different container? And then
Why is the weight going down? Oh, I was like, why is the weight going? Right?
like put that in a different container, weigh the container and add
Yeah,
it back?
you're a genius.
Because I'm not pouring that in. So put that on.
Okay.
Do we have to write that down?
How much does it weigh?
I'm pretty
We'll
sure
just
that
wait.
wasn't
You just
saying-
put it there.
We'll just weigh this because this is the one that we're having our sample. So this
Well, no,
one
there's
weighs.
crusties on it.
I was like, I thought I'm so sure they weighed the same.
But now it's not going to be 5 exactly. Because you already switched it twice.
Okay, 0 point. So the mass of the empty container in the sodium chloride on table 10.4 is 0.54 grams.
Plus sample.
Oh, this one. So 0.54 grams. Now, we're going to
Before 5. Started at 5.4. So we lost.
That was all I was about to that. I was trying to say, you know.
perfect. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Just pinch it out.
I'm just that good. I'm just that good. Okay. So the mass of our container plus sample, table 10.4, is 5.54 grams.
That's like candy.
Okay. So the temperature of our ice water mix, I'd say, is about 0.5 degrees Celsius, a freezing point of pure water. Yeah, 0.5 degrees Celsius. Remember that. That's important. So now, yeah, we're just going to pour the salt in. No, I'm kidding.
You're dripping water.
I'm
Okay.
gonna mix it, or are you just gonna
Put your thermometer in while mixing it. Oh, wait, you use a glass stirring rod. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay. Continue the steady stirring until the unmelted floating ice in the beaker forms a thin layer that covers 1/2 to 2/3 of the surface of the liquid. Wait, what? So we have to wait.
You just keep stirring. Can we take this out?
It says to keep it in.
It's just gonna do circles.
That didn't sound very good.
No, it wasn't.
That stirring rod, Evans?
No.
What was it?
Thermometer.
Oh.
You know, they don't grow on trees.
No, they don't.
You just break one of my brand new thermometers that Mr. Riley bought about 2 months ago?
Yes, sir.
Good thing it's not full of mercury. No, we just have to evacuate the school.
I guess that's good.
It still even have the new case.
Oh, no, yeah, I've been taking care of them though. Feel like get my teenagers in here to.
You literally just said, should we take it out?
Grab one from those other stations.
Celeste, what are we gonna do with it?
I don't know.
Here, do you want to give that to
Even
you?
one
No.
of my schools don't have nice things.
Hey, I just got some nice things.
Hey, you're in my camera. Recording this for put online so the kids are quarantined and still do the lab. So you guys can't let him do all the talking.
I'm uncomfortable talking to the camera.
What? Pretend it's not there. I'm on camera all day, every day.
It's just
I
your
said-
hands, it's not your face.
Oh, I say lots of things.
Hey, come and look what my new toys I got.
Okay, give me 1 second.
All right.
Good job.
Thanks.
You should see her reaction.
Alright, so, you say you do what?
Yeah, I get. You guys get to see that. That's cool. Yeah. So, so now that the floating ice has covered the surface of the liquid, we get to use our thermometer very carefully. You know what? Actually, somebody else use this. We get to use our thermometer, and now we're going to measure the temperature of the solution.
Allow you.
The temperature at that point is the solution freezing point.
You ready for the next one?
Since like,
Drop me an email, okay?
Oh,
it's still moving.
so I guess we'll just have to wait for a second.
Don't
Huh?
drop another one, Evan.
He's
I'm not
touching the
touching it.
thermometers.
I'm not in charge
This
of
time it will be Briley's fault.
Yeah, I'm not in charge of that anymore, sir.
He's
Is
never
this,
gonna
is
let
this
you
still
in
moving?
that
I can't tell. A little bit. It should go lower than our original because salt decreases the freezing.
Well, it is going
Well,
lower.
it is lower. It's below 0.
Oh.
This was above.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. Don't give me 2. Kill me.
Okay, I actually can't give you 2 because I literally just dropped the thermometer.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I would say it's about -2-ish. Yeah, looks about right. You can't touch it.
I'm not touching it. No, I'm keeping it away. Yeah. So,
You gotta force those ladies to contribute.
The temperature is -2 degrees Celsius
for what?
for the, what is it? Freezing point of the solution.
Perfect. Couldn't have done better myself.
I know. You're very good. I'm being careful. You gotta dry it off. Well, try this off. I can't open that and do that. Good job.
Okay. Empty, rinse, and dry the beaker. Repeat steps 1 through 4. 1 through 4.
I empty this? Yes.
Yeah, so just empty it and clean it and dry it.
The thermometer is so secure.
Nah, yeah, it's not. Not leave it down. Trust me, I know.
Secured. There you go.
We can use a different dry beaker now. We don't have to, like, you can dry that one out if you want.
You got all those beacons, just grab one.
Yeah.
Take them off another counter.
Somebody read out.
And don't break it.
So now all the data we're going to be recording is the ethylene, is going to be in the ethylene glycol solute.
The mass of the empty beaker is 111.63 grams. I did good.
Why are you saying so straight while announcing it to the camera?
You need to hear me.
The mass is hundreds. It's great. It's fine.
I'm not the ones that could hear it.
Okay.
I was being loud.
So now-
protecting myself.
I need to fill that up about halfway with ice.
So to 100?
Yeah, approximately.
Just eyeball it.
Okay, now what's the?
We're receding. We're
Okay. So
We're
we need to
repeating steps 1 through 4.
fill this up to 25 again.
Yes.
What? What's in here?
Go back to the
Oh, open. That looks cool.
It's not great.
Well, we can answer the question.
It's still not there.
I know. It was just making weird sounds.
How graceful.
So now, don't we measure the temperature of it?
Mm-hmm. And also the mass.
Okay, do you want to put that on there and then we'll measure the temperature of it?
188.78 grams.
What was it?
188.78
So
grams.
for the mass of beaker plus ice plus water, correct?
Yeah,
Perfect. Sorry.
You don't want to break another one.
Nope.
Bradley breaks it this
I
one.
want somebody else to be responsible for the next one.
Or maybe we just don't need to make another one.
You bring a very good point. I'm gonna just let that sit for a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's just let it sit for a second because it's still moving.
Good idea.
How do you turn this off?
Wow. Okay, so now
Stop saying that to me.
not a swear word. I made sure of it.
Let's. Do you read that? I would say it's about 1 point.
1.5.
Announce that to them.
I think you can.
No, you gotta say it loud.
What if it's still moving?
I can't read it.
Well, now it's at like 1.
Okay,
So
then
just
let
say
it keep
1.0.
moving.
1.0 degrees Celsius.
What did we say from the water solution? Okay, now we need to do this all again.
No. Now, because that was steps 1 through 4.
Oh.
Now what we need to do is we need to weigh an empty, dry 50 milliliter beaker on the centigram or electronic balance using the repeated steps of 1 and 2.
Well, the only 50 milligram beaker I'm seeing is full of rocks.
Yeah.
No, that's 100 milliliters.
Oh, well, okay, it's the smallest beaker.
That's one behind it for the hard work. This one's on the rock.
I don't think it matters.
Look, problem solved.
That's good. That's great.
It's empty. Oh, actually.
Thanks. Okay.
47.81 grams.
This is going into the empty container, correct? Yes.
Yeah.
So 47.81 grams.
Now what?
Now we fill it with, using your graduated cylinder, we're using one of the tiny ones, one of the little baby ones.
Are we getting antifreeze?
I would think so. I think.
Isn't the ethylene the antifreeze?
I
I
don't
think
know.
so. That's the only list.
Mr. Dent, is the ethylene the antifreeze?
Yeah, it's right here.
Okay, perfect.
Good.
So, using a graduated cylinder, put about 4.5 milliliters.
Hey, and once you get that boiling, like crank that to 10, and once it's boiling, turn it down to about 7 or 6. Because if you don't, it just boils the crap out of it.
Oh, and this.
We're gonna move this away from the edge.
Is it even open? You probably have to push down. It's probably childproof.
Got it.
Have 4.5 milliliters.
That's not very much.
Somebody else do it. I don't want
Slightly, you haven't done
it. Let's go, Celeste.
Yay.
4.5 milliliters.
to be exact.
You
No.
cannot mess up.
Why are we, okay.
That's such a big bottle.
I know.
I feel like that's just gonna explode everywhere.
What?
Probably explode, but like shoot out to the center.
Oh, ew. It's kind of gross.
How much is that?
That's way too much. Is what
How much was it?
it was like 5. I hate this.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
How are kids supposed to do this at home?
I am.
No, they
You
just
watch
have to
it.
watch it. I know.
Actually, no, it's hard to do it.
If it's too much, just grab one of the
Wait.
pipettes.
No, it's good.
4.5, right?
Yeah. Perfecto.
Okay.
So, using our little beaker we have here, using a dry graduated cylinder, put about 4.5 milliliters of ethylene glycol into
So
the
antifreeze.
yes, into this. Reweigh and record the combined mass.
What is
That'll be fine.
52.63.
You got,
52.63 grams.
perfect.
Wowzers. Get it. That's that me hype me up. Do you guys know how to talk? Yeah.
Add the ethylene glycol sample to the ice and water mixture from step 8. You might have to rinse the last traces of ethylene glycol from the weighing beaker, using a little water from the ice water mixture. Pour any such rinsings back into the ice water mixture. Stir the resulting mixture
So
steadily.
basically, take this out.
And we are going to dry it.
And then dump this into this.
Yes.
Flour,
And then,
like that. And then pour some of this into this and switch it around and dump it back in, right?
yeah,
Yes.
That's stupid.
just make sure you get all, otherwise you'll screw up all the data. Okay, using a glass stirring rod, stir it
So-
around for a hot minute.
There's the glass stirring rod.
It's over there.
There he has that glass jar. Ooh, that's sticky.
Like the prunes.
Because they're dry.
These containers are weird. His phone just got darker. It's gonna turn on. It does.
Somebody tap the screen.
Tap it. Give it a tap tap. Wow.
You could have messed it all up right there. You could have broken the recording and that would have been bad.
We could have watched his
Okay,
reaction to
now
first
let's
and
grab the
second.
temperature.
Okay.
Or do you want to let it sit for? Don't. Yeah, you got to dry that off first. That's covered in antifreeze.
Yeah, some of those off. And wash
I
it.
think wash it. Perhaps you do that. You can't break that.
You just feel like
Change
that.
that. How much you want to put?
Okay.
I'm just gonna let that go.
Okay, I'm gonna be over there because I keep like walking behind the camera and I'm tired of it.
As it went down a lot.
No.
Oh, I don't think that's supposed to happen. Oh, sorry.
What's happened?
Nothing is what's happening.
That's pretty
It
cool.
went down like 1.
Well, we got to wait a little bit more.
Well, yeah.
There's like an hour 5 times. It's like an hour for our crew.
Okay.
We have like 30.
It'll give us
2
time to
minutes
do
left.
the questions.
I already know. Did he get it?
Just steal the answers to your question.
exploding still.
It's half it under 0.
That's awesome. Why don't we just pour salt in our freaking antifreeze? Seems to be working better than this
What if
stuff.
it like exploded?
It wouldn't
It
explode.
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
Do you know how often people mix antifreeze with water?
No, I was saying
Like
salt.
all the time. Oh, it wouldn't explode.
No, that'd be funny if it did.
It would be funny because
Like
you know.
Just like you breaking the thermometer was funny.
Once we
That wasn't
finish
funny.
this.
That wasn't funny at all.
Wait, how long
It was
has it
good
been?
crap.
How long has the video been going?
45:52.
45 minutes?
Yeah.
It's been going for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Well, he started the video before we did it.
So 15 minutes. So like we need to look around like 30-ish so we can watch you drop it.
Okay, it's still at the same place. It's like
Okay,
negative 0.5.
All right. Now we're gonna go on to part C, if that's all right with you.
Nope, it's not.
Sorry. Okay, we can say part B.
Okay. Can I dump this out or where do we put that? Can antifreeze go down a drain? I don't think so. And Denton's not in here to ask, so we'll just set it off to the side.
That's a good
Someone's
idea. Somebody.
calling him.
Don't answer it.
Who is it?
Someone by the name of Mitch K.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
I'm not gonna
Okay.
answer it. I was gonna bring it up.
Somebody put this away.
Oh, we need to rinse them off first. That has antifreeze on it, so if this can just go down the sink, right?
Honestly, this just looks like green lemonade,
No,
you know?
no, that's not what it is.
We're just gonna leave this over by the sink until then.
My ears hurt.
Is that a good idea?
Put it in the
You
sink
can hurt my ears.
so it doesn't get knocked over, you know?
I like how you knocked
It was one time, and it was a stupid mistake, okay?
just thought it
That
funny.
was so
'cause I was
funny.
like,
I think
Somebody else read part C, I'm not doing it.
I don't like reading out loud.
Neither do I.
Get it.
Oh,
You go, girl.
Get it.
Okay, so you have to put 50 milliliters of distilled water into a 100 milliliter beaker.
Hey, that's this one.
Where's, like, there's more rocks. Dump the rocks out.
Hold up, hold up.
But
Is
do
this
we
dry?
need these later? What? Even
This is
those?
dry, throw it in.
What am I supposed to do with these?
Oh wait, no, don't touch.
Why am I reading? Okay, what the heck are boiling chips?
What's the what?
Because it says we gotta add water and then add 1 or 2 boiling chips. What are those? What are those?
I think they're the rocks that we've been dumping into the empty beakers.
That would be smart.
What are we doing?
Okay, so.
Okay, where's
Who wants this?
Where's the beaker?
I do.
He wants
Thank you.
it. Why are
I
we
did.
using it with glass?
I don't. Why don't you put that on the table so you don't drop it?
Guys are so.
You know this isn't out very well. There you go. It's about the
Seems to
angles.
be coming out just fine.
Well, that's how you moved it.
Yeah, let's get 2 going.
This one's struggling because it doesn't have much water in it, but it's going.
Watch this. Oops.
Wait, stop.
You do it? Where?
That's perfect.
Brother.
Okay, then we have to like one or 2 of those rocks in there.
Put it down.
Where's
Okay.
the rock?
Add one of those 2 rocks and then put it on here.
I got some rocks.
Get some
Of course I got rocks.
I actually read for one.
I'm pretty sure these, they're not. Never mind, I'm not talking.
Broke. Oh.
Okay, so what do I do?
Just 1 to 2 of those little thingies. Wait, hold up, come back, come back. Okay.
Have you guys seen those rock candies? Yeah, I thought these were those. That would have been fun.
I'm just gonna throw that back
breaking my
Okay.
teeth off.
Measure the boiling point by completely submerging the thermometer bulb in the boiling water without the thermometer bulb touching the bottom of the beaker.
Are we supposed to measure
Okay,
the
so
water?
not you. It never said measure anything when I looked at it.
What?
Volume of water used.
Wait.
Um,
I'm not touching.
well, what was the mass of the empty beaker?
Just hold on. It didn't tell us to measure anything.
Yeah.
Just said put 50 milliliters of distilled water into a 100 milliliter beaker and add 1 or 2 boiling chips to prevent spattering.
I did it right.
Heat until the water boils steadily. Measure the boiling point by completely submerging the thermometer bulb in the boiling water without the thermometer bulb touching the bottom of the beaker.
Yeah, I'm not doing that part.
Yeah, we're doing this part. That's the boiling
No,
point.
I'm not saying I'm putting the thermometer in. Someone else has got to do that besides
Well, we
you.
gotta wait for it to boil.
I'm just saying that it does boil.
That's the.
I'm just replacing it here. Dropping my thermometers. Jeez,
Anyways,
So,
Yeah, Denton still teaches high school. That is true. So I don't think he hates us that much yet.
so we're gonna be recording this in
10.6.
yeah. So record in table 10.6.
Oh, we don't have the sucrose solution or the ethanol, so it doesn't matter about that. That's why we're not measuring anything.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. I think our prunes are getting bigger.
They just look like disgusting, and I would never eat them.
Dude, I'd eat them if I were an old person.
Dude, they look like crusty old brains.
Is it just me, or does the
This one looks like it's losing.
yeah, it doesn't look like it's
This guy's struggling over here. I don't know if
it almost looks like the it's turning yellower
Yeah, so it's definitely losing.
That's what I was trying to say.
because it's a hypertonic solution.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, should we ask Dan what to do about the antifreeze?
Oh yeah, Denton,
No,
does the antifreeze, can we pour it down the drain, or is there a beaker we have to pour it in?
no.
Perfect.
See, I'm smart.
Is that one?
Where did it go?
Yeah, this is the beaker we were
It's right
using.
here.
We were smart, we didn't pour it down the drain because we weren't sure.
Well, here's the truth. I forgot to get my outlet.
That's
Yeah.
So everyone else poured it in.
Yeah.
No
Sounds
one else
like the
poured it on
video
the
can
drain.
hear it.
Nobody else heard that.
No.
Don't say anything.
I am laying in bed about Thursday night. And I sat up in bed and I'm like, son of a bitch. My wife's like, what? I just realized I forgot to get the waste containers out. Right? So by then it was too late, so.
Can you dump that down the drain?
Yeah, that's, they're not much left to go.
It's diluted enough.
Do you want me to try it?
Yes, please. Thank you.
How is that still not boiling?
Could like the antifreeze?
Wait,
it is.
so
There's little bubbles.
if water condensates on the bottom of a like clean surface, does that mean it's distilled water? Because it have no minerals in it.
Not, I mean, it's cleaner, yes, but not distilled.
So how do you
It would eliminate a lot of the impurities. There's still impurities that collects in the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it would be cleaner.
Okay.
Why, you know, you can pee in a hole, put the plastic down. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's why that works.
What?
You can collect water from your pee out in the wilderness.
That's
You know,
I think I'd
you know
rather.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've done it. Tastes like water.
Ew, ew,
Because
ew. Okay,
well,
not
because
that.
it evaporates. So the only thing coming up is water. It's not like it's gonna carry the rest of the crap with it. It's other chemicals don't have a high enough or low enough boiling point.
Who else is like disgusting for that? Guys, there's bubbles.
Oh, that's cool. I'm just waiting for it to boil.
These rocks are bouncing.
Yeah, because they absorb.
Look at them.
Well, they absorb most of the don't know what they do.
Like, look at this little guy. He's like bopping. You're having
How do boiling chips work?
If you just give it a place for it to boil,
Huh. You know, I realized when we did our chemistry unit last week, 2 weeks ago, I barely realized the bubbles coming up is water vapor, not air.
So water.
no. So if you like stick your hand over steam, you might spot.
Well, I never made the connection that the bubbles in the water were actually water vapor.
So it's just sort of like set.
So now that it's boiling, someone get the temperature. I already got my nose like,
Either way.
it
It's not that
doesn't
big of
even
a
matter.
deal. I don't want. Does this thing get hot though? It can't.
Yeah,
reach
just
the
hold
bottom.
it.
If you're gonna want to angle it so you don't get steam burn.
Yeah, don't touch the bottom of the beaker. Yo, look at that, it's shooting up. I'm sorry, I might be a terrible person because of it. But after all the crap you guys have given me, oh, that would be so funny. I mean, it wouldn't be, because
I can't read it.
Because I'm gonna run into. We don't have reading.
it's 89, no, 90. It's still going up.
You're gonna touch the bottom.
I'm just gonna keep it there for a minute. It's settled at about 90.3 degrees.
Can I take it out now?
Yes. Put it away. Don't run it under cool water because you'll end up, you
So
might
it'll
crack it.
shatter.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, just let it cool down.
Just let it cool down by itself, by its lonesome. Okay.
Well, it's already gone down to 70.
That's crazy. No.
Wow.
Oh,
Just put it on the
wow.
glove.
It's almost like there's nothing heating it up anymore. It's going to return to room temperature.
It's not hot.
Well, don't put it in the water yet. I mean, that was just water. There wasn't any chemicals in it. It's clean.
You can keep going. I'll just hold it.
Okay. So, record the temperature. Did you guys get it?
No.
It's 90.3.
What?
90.3 degrees Celsius. And it's in this little bar at the top. Boiling point of pure water.
I can
Okay. Empty and dry the beaker. We gotta let it cool down first.
I can pull it off with the glove over there.
Oh, that's a good idea. You use it.
I did this. Use it.
It's easy to put on it.
Don't lift it up until you got a secure hold.
No, look,
Can you set it on the counter?
no, it'll burn the counter. Well, that feels weird.
What? Wait, do you want me to grab another glove?
Just trying to get my
I
hand.
do not.
There we go.
I don't think we should pull a rock. Dump the rock.
You didn't put on the cold water before you did that?
What?
The pipes get burned. You never. Okay. Is that true? Yeah.
Did it tell us to do that? Did you
No.
tell us to do that?
No.
No, but
Then I think it's fine.
I think Denton was trying to call me.
We'll see, it's cool
Dad,
now.
and someone's calling you.
I think it's your wife.
oh,
And someone called you before too.
yeah, that's probably my kid. Keep going, I'll call it off my school phone.
Okay, we're gonna leave this right here.
Where did you live?
That's hot. Okay. Yeah, you get that put
Sorry.
away. Yeah, don't worry, don't worry. Use your graduated cylinder and put exactly 50 milliliters of distilled water into the beaker.
Okay, can we use a different one? I have like
Add 1 to 2 boiling chips. Record the volume of water used in table
What are we
10.6.
using? What kind of graduate cylinder?
the little one.
Just enough to measure 50 milliliters.
Is that one?
It's not a graduated cylinder, that's a beaker.
No, I thought
Yeah,
you
I'll
said
grab
bigger.
this one. It's
Grab.
100 milliliters.
You're a
I think
thinker.
that's as good as they're gonna get.
And so, just 50 milliliters of distilled water.
Do you want me to
Crying
grab
out
some boiling
loud.
chips?
Oh, too much.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
That's what those
yeah,
things
it
are
is.
for? Never
Where
heard
does
of
that
them.
marker go?
Where'd the what?
Oh, I'm wondering where that.
Do you want me to grab some boiling chips? Which one should we use?
I think that's good.
Those are so much bigger though. Those are much bigger.
You can use these two if you want.
It's like what? 13 compared to those.
Just don't worry.
How do you know?
That's a good question. Okay. So now we need another small boy beaker, I think.
There's like two right there. I think that's the
There's one right here.
Did you draw this one out?
I thought that was on the.
I mean, I rinsed it out.
Yes.
It wasn't
Okay, now what?
What? Oh.
It's dry.
Gracias. Now,
This isn't hot.
do you have your 50 milliliters distilled
Yes.
water? Okay. So let's record exactly how much is in there.
50 milliliters.
Okay, so under the sucrose solute in table 10.6, 50.0 milliliters. Okay, now we're gonna dump it. Yes, right? Yeah, so now we're just gonna dump all this in here. I thought of that. I thought of Despicable Me. I'm like, okay. So on a
Are we gonna
centigram,
need that volume stuff again?
what?
Dude, there's freaking stuff in this. Are we gonna need that another amount of that water again?
Yeah,
I can't all do that right now.
you can use the same one.
No.
Okay. You do you. So somebody weigh. We need to weigh on this
What?
20 grams of sugar, I
Okay.
believe.
Where's the sugar? It's over here.
Don't we just need the sugar solution?
This one's
Oh,
a
the bag of sugar where there's no sugar left.
There's a bag of sugar that's empty.
Hold on.
Hey Denton. There's a bag of sugar, but there's no sugar in it.
Yeah, so for part C, it says for us to weigh 20 grams of sugar and put it in the 50 milliliters of distilled water.
Yeah, that's a good bag.
Okay.
Well, there's no
Yeah,
sugar.
there's a pretty big bag, just sit right on the counter.
All right.
We're gonna need something a tad bit bigger than that.
Let's just use. Why don't we use this birthday cake stuff? I have this here.
This, it's dry.
Okay.
Well, does that do 50?
Oh, I
Yes.
only need a 20.
20? We can use this one.
So I'll have 20.
This one has 20. Let me just try it out real quick.
Okay.
I don't think he sees a big bag of sugar.
No, he doesn't because he just looked behind the door.
So do you get the bag of sugar?
I'm as blind as a bat. I'm looking for a bag of sugar and it literally just said pure cane, granulated sugar sitting right on the counter.
Where is that to look?
Yeah. I'm blind as a bat.
Wait, don't we have to record the mass of that?
Yeah.
Massive empty container.
I don't think I record. Okay.
Yeah,
Hold on,
48.06.
I would reweight that. Does that seem right?
Yeah.
Like re-zero it out. Look it up. Wow. Know that 20 is like right here. Wait, don't we need to zero it out?
No.
No. Is there a way to make difference?
Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh,
That's
too much.
Well, it's almost like we can just dump it back in, huh?
The sass.
Still
Too
too
much.
much.
Why'd you dump so much in?
Okay, I'm not the one pouring.
a little less.
Oh my gosh.
Start going up to this. Should be 68 points.
Can I just go with that?
Nope.
Wait. It's more than that. Keep going.
We're almost done with an hour.
67.
Actually, that's perfect. We're going with it. So massive empty container was 48 point what? 0.06. Now mass of solute plus container is 67.86. 60
Grams. Not grams.
grams. My bad.
Do you have the rocky things?
The rocky things are already in here.
These are big rocks.
Wait, can I dump the sugar
I
into
know,
that?
I know.
Do I dump the sugar into that? Do I dump the sugar?
Let's just add the sucrose sample to the water in the beaker and stir well.
It's just a rock.
Well, I want to stir. Not with the thermometer, but you know, with this.
Stirring. Rod. That what it's called?
It's the glass stirring rod.
And
But one's made of glass and one doesn't specify. Stirring carefully.
I think that's enough.
Oh, it says to stir well, and I can see still.
It's not gonna pull in.
Oh. That's why it's sticky from the sugar.
Okay, stirring carefully. Heat the mixture until it boils steadily. Then measure and record the boiling point as before.
Okay.
Crank that puppy up.
Boiling it down, boys. And girls, mostly girls. It's just all girls.
Does it say to keep stirring it while it's...
Yes, stir carefully.
Don't break it.
Stirring carefully. Heat the mixture until it boils.
48.07 grams.
Okay,
Oh, we're gonna-
your
we're gonna-
eights.
Then,
We have to do the.
yeah, we have to still do the ethanol stuff. So now we're gonna have to get how many grams of ethanol?
Oh, you used a different.
Yeah, we're getting this down.
Okay, repeat steps 6 to 9, but substitute 20 milliliters of ethanol glycol for the sucrose. So use a graduated cylinder.
How much? 20?
Yes.
That should be 60.
You could use a graduated cylinder to measure it.
It's too much work.
I'll watch those.
Guys, look, when you boil it, it turns clear. Because if you increase the temperature
That's
of,
as close as it's getting.
That's fine.
do you know that if you increase the temperature for dissolving a solid into a liquid, the solubility goes up?
Yeah, I think we just took a test on that.
Yeah, and I failed that test.
Actually, they're pretty
I
good.
did pretty bad as well.
What did you get?
An 80.
Yeah, I said I did good, and he has a better score than me because I did bad.
What did you get?
I'm like a 67. I got a 33 on test 5, so I was very proud of my 67.
Dude, I knew so bad at
I got an 80.
not it.
Let's go. You guys are did
Well, I think I
great.
got like 79.
I
Okay.
spent
You
over
guys
6
Yeah,
hours
what you got?
studying for that
Let's
stupid
see.
test and
Was it
still
22
failed.
out of 29? You missed 7 questions? Same. So
Did
it's
you hear what I said,
23.
Logan?
Yes, what?
I spent over 6 hours studying for that stupid test.
I did
And
not.
I still failed.
Keep up the good work.
I'm
No,
scared.
honestly, like, keep studying.
God, it's the worst. I hate it.
Well,
every
it can
time
only
I-
help.
We're gonna pass
Uh,
this test.
I did better on all my other tests, but I didn't study as much.
Did you get enough sleep?
Yes. No.
Hmm.
And you want to know the funny thing?
Did you eat?
Yes.
Did you?
Literally, I told my mom.
Did you say a good luck?
whenever- Yes, I did. Yeah, it didn't work. No, I told my mom, me and her were talking before I left, and I go, if I fail this test, I'm dropping out and becoming a stripper. And then right after the test, I texted her and said, I'm becoming a stripper, and she laughed at me.
Don't you love family members? They're just the best.
I'm gonna pass this class because if I pass this class, I'll take 30 classes through River State during the summer, and then I'll graduate with an associate's degree. So I have to pass this class.
I need to
So bad.
I really don't want my associate's degree before.
You want it?
I don't.
I
Why?
do.
It's an unnecessary amount of work.
It's not that much work.
You just get it done, and then you don't have to worry about it. And
I'm
then you
just-
just get to jump right in.
I'm already just gonna have student
No,
loans
I
before
could-
I even start senior year, but it'll be fine.
I could graduate.
Like, are you taking it to a school, like,
I
at River
can't.
State?
I have to pay full
See, if
tuition
I
if it's during
wanted-
the summer.
If I wanted, I could graduate a semester early with my associates.
Then do it.
I don't want to graduate a semester early because then I miss out on the fun of high school.
Well, I don't mean like graduate, just get your associates.
Oh, that takes effort.
I had no idea.
I am not going to swim next year. I might just say peace out.
Why would you just?
I hurt myself again at the Roy meet. I ended
How'd
up.
you hurt yourself?
I was swimming, my shoulder popped, and then I couldn't move it. Had to go to urgent care, and they put me in a sling for 3 days.
Actually, it's
What was wrong with your technique?
I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
It's not like Shoot tells you either, so.
No, literally, he's watching me. He's like,
Guys,
"Shoot, watch me," and then he
there's a
does
video
it.
going.
We're just waiting for it to.
This is Denton's class. And
Yeah.
they have Shoot.
What?
Nothing. We're just talking about how this is Denton's class.
Yeah, shoots.
Not Shoot's.
So don't let this video get out.
What happens in Denton's room stays in Denton's room.
Exactly.
Actually, it gets posted on YouTube.
I know. That's even more concerning. Somebody grab the temperature. I'm not doing it.
That's her job.
Let me grab the temperature.
It's a figure of speech.
I know. It's just kind of funny.
It's just kind of fun.
I think I saw your mom on the walk the other day.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
She was holding her Maverick drink.
Yeah, that sounds like my mom.
I was like, yes, Mary, get it.
Can
Yeah,
you just
shoot
grab
up.
that water that I poured?
Yeah. Yeah, grab it if anywhere.
Oh, it's right here. Never mind.
She's like, I
Can we
can't
add
find
this
it.
to this?
Just, well, hold on a sec. Steps.
Well, we're almost at an hour, guys. We got like 4 minutes.
Well, we can let it sit longer. It said that longer you wait, the better results.
Yeah.
You want to read that?
It's not done yet.
Do I add the water to the
Hold on.
ethanol?
Did you weigh it by difference?
Yes. Oh, the mass of the empty container is 48.07 grams. The mass of the solute plus the container is 67.98 grams.
60, what?
7.98 grams.
This one's
Then do I?
Good stuff.
And do I
I
add
think-
this to this? I think some
Yeah, do it.
What
Yeah,
you
go right
still
ahead.
have to put,
Read
you have
it.
to put 50 here too. 'Cause you're using-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just add it and then
Right, it gets hot when it goes straight up.
we're gonna.
Someone ready to read this temperature?
Yeah, Celeste, can you grab the temperature?
I can try.
Grab it,
Sir.
grab it. Grab it.
Alright, it's 92 degrees Celsius. Yep.
This hot.
Okay, 92 degrees Celsius. Yep.
That's
Just
10.
leave it on 10, and then grab that and just set it in the bottom of the sink.
Lovely. Why would you just need to grab this?
I don't know,
Where's
don't
the
touch
boiling
them.
pebbles?
So
They're still in them. There's some over here. I'll grab.
we got
got
some. So
Okay,
92
put her on.
degrees.
Mm-hmm.
Set it in the bottom of the sink and let it cool off.
Put her on.
Okay,
Put her
cool.
on.
I don't want to
Where's it
open
go?
that. I'm gonna do the pencils off. And you gotta put the 50 here too. I was probably like that on mine. Okay.
Very good. It's time to weigh our prunes.
It's been an hour.
Yep.
Oh, joy.
It's been here for an hour.
Doesn't even feel like it's been that long, honestly.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the dialysis tube containing water is the first one we're gonna weigh. I'm gonna have a paper towel. We're gonna pat this dry. You're supposed to what? No, apparently it's so important to say.
No, I was talking to myself.
Okay.
I bet you were.
And I just said, are we supposed to pat it dry? I didn't know.
Yeah, that's fine.
Keep it.
Okay, so containing water, the mass after soaking for the dialysis tube is 4.04 grams.
That's less.
Which one is this?
This is the dialysis tubing containing water. Now,
Oh, it's the one placed in the sugar solution.
yes. Could you read what the disposal directions are on part A? You have to flip back a page.
That is hot. I feel like it's gonna catch everything.
I made the top.
My bad, miss. Well, not again, ma'am.
Beaker contents and
We were
dialysis
the only
tubing
ones
contents in
who
the
read
sink.
all
And the
7
prunes in the
degrees.
wastebasket.
Should have thrown away.
Yeah.
You want to weight this for me, please? Now, the dialysis tubing containing the sugar solution weighs 5.71 grams.
That was not a. Yeah, that sounded pretty good. Whoa. That one increased.
Okay. Now, the prune,
You can grab that.
so sorry, the prune containing, or in the sugar solution,
It's crusty.
the prune in
Is
the
it
sugar.
still crusty?
No, now it's just wet. So the prune that was in the sugar solution now weighs 6.7 grams.
It gained.
Right, no, I
Yeah, 6.70 grams. And
Crusty. Do I just throw these away?
I think
to
we're
empty the contents first. Mr. Denton, did we throw the dialysis tubes away?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I'll set you just go to the garbage.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not trying.
And now the prune that went into the distilled water.
Is CL a metal or non-metal?
CL's a non-metal vote.
7.88 grams.
Okay, it's boiling.
Camera on you,
Oh,
Evan,
Yeah.
I'm blocking the camera, are you?
Yeah, I'm talking to the camera.
Careful, remember they're gonna be able to hear you.
Okay. So turn down the heat to 7. Okay. So, the prune that was placed in water, the mass after soaking is 7.88 grams. Now, just to make sure you guys got everything, on table 10.1, starting with our dialysis tubing, the first mass was 4.79 grams. The second mass was 4.04 grams. The prune, the mass before soaking was 5.70 grams, and the mass after soaking was 6.7 grams. Now, table 10.2, the mass before soaking for the dialysis tubing was 5.03 grams, and after soaking, 5.71 grams. The prune before soaking was 6.72 grams, and after soaking was 7.88 grams.
This is 94.1.
94.5 degrees Celsius. Done?
I'm just going to quickly run through all the data for...
Just hold it up.
They can't
Okay.
read that. Maybe.
It'll be backwards, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if you guys can't read it, that's what it looks like. You can go in and mirror it if you want, but I'm just going to read it off anyways. So, sodium chloride solute on this side of the table going straight down. The values are, for the mass of beaker, ice, and water is 199.49 grams. The mass of empty beaker is 110.39 grams. The freezing point of pure water is 0.5 degrees Celsius. The mass of container plus sample is 5.54 grams. The mass of empty container is 0.54 grams. And the freezing point of the solution is negative 2.0 degrees Celsius. For the ethylene glycol solute, the mass of the beaker plus ice plus water is 188.78 grams. The mass of empty beaker is 111.63 grams. The freezing point of pure water is 1 degree Celsius, exactly, so 1.0. The mass of container plus sample is 52.63 grams. The mass of the empty container is 47.81 grams. The freezing point of solution is negative 0.5 degrees Celsius. For table 10.6, the boiling point of pure water, 90.3 degrees Celsius. The volume of water used for sucrose solute is 50.0 milliliters. The mass of solute plus container is 67.86 grams. The mass of the empty container is 48.06 grams. The boiling point of the solution is 90.2 degrees Celsius. For the ethylene glycol solute, the volume of water used was 50.0 milliliters. The mass of the solute plus container is 67.98 grams. The mass of the empty container is 48.07 grams, and the boiling point of the solution is 94.5 degrees Celsius.
That it?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.